Read the Bible to find threads, not gems. One of the biggest mistakes that we make when we approach the scriptures is we think that the key to unlocking what the scriptures are trying to tell us is by finding these little nuggets of truth that'll help us go deeper or understand the scriptures in a way that we've never understood them before. You can think about it like panning for gold. You're sifting through sediment to find these small little gold flakes or gold nuggets. The problem is we think we're being incredibly deep, we're finding really rich things within scriptures, but the reality of it is you don't really get rich off of this. This is a hobbyist thing at best. It's more about the experience of panning for gold than it is the gold itself. The problem is that's how most of us like to receive the scriptures. We like to receive these small little inconsequential nuggets that have no significant value to them beyond the experience of collecting them. That's why on Christian TikTok, some of the most popular creators are pushing Gnostic, borderline New Age content because it's fun, it's exciting, it's like panning for gold. A lot of times it's actually pyrite instead of gold, but you get what I'm saying. But if you're actually serious about mining for gold and for it to be profitable, you don't look for nuggets, you don't pan for flakes of gold, you look for seams. Seams can go on for yards, if not miles, and produce a ton of valuable gold. The problem is seams are underground. They're hard to get to. They require a ton of labor to find in the first place. But once you do find them, they can produce a lot of valuable gold. And gold seams have a shape to it, right? They follow a certain path through the granite, and it depends on how the minerals were deposited over time. You can't just decide to mine one way and one way only and hope that the gold seam is going to follow your mining path. You have to follow the gold seam. And that's actually how you find the most valuable stuff in scripture. You start pulling at a thread and try and follow that thread or that seam wherever it leads. Not where you want the scriptures to lead, because that's very easy too, but allowing the scriptures to show you where that vein goes. And that takes time to learn, right? So like, for example, what you were saying here, you hear subdue the earth and you're thinking, oh, what if we could control the elements? And trust me, that's not the most far-fetched thing I've ever heard coming out of Genesis 1 and 2. The follow-up question to anything that we find is to say, does this thread lead that way? Because if I find it in Genesis 1 and it's true in Genesis 1, then it's going to be true in Genesis 2, Genesis 3, 4, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Isaiah, 1st and 2nd Kings, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, all the way to Revelation. You just have to follow the truth where it leads. And